What's up? We're out here with another Technique Tuesday. It's a beautiful afternoon, and today I have with me a crankbait. Crankbaits are very versatile baits, and they are a lot of fun. So there's many different ways you can work crankbaits. I personally really like jigging it in the dirt because it creates more of a sporadic action. Instead of this, it's more like that, and that can cause some reaction strikes. But I mean, there's so many different things you can do. Like, okay, so this, like what I did there, I just casted it, reeling it through the water column. It's not on the bottom. Still get strikes, of course. One good thing you can do is if you find bait and there's bass on it with like live scope, you can cast that in there and mimic those shad and catch them on that. Or there's two main ways I like to use a crankbait. So if I'm looking at this bank here and I see something I like, maybe a little cut in, a little stick, so I'll fish towards the bank like this, which is good because if the bass are sitting up there and they're hungry, they'll eat. But I also like to move more. Let me make this a little bit more like where it makes sense, where I'm casting more down the bank like this, because when I'm casting at the bank, I'm fishing so many different water columns, like 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. Whereas if I'm fishing down the bank like this, I'm fishing a steady water column, and there's more opportunities because I'm fishing more stuff than rather if I make a cast like this. Well, of course you don't want to get stuck in a tree, but there's more opportunity and there's more structure and there's more probability of a fish being there if I cast something like this down the bank, because there could be a fish sitting in the grass, on this clay, that stick, anywhere. And they're really fun, but you do have to be careful, of course, casting up. You can fish a crankbait in rocks, sticks, anywhere you want to, 20 foot, 100 foot of water, or 2 foot. It all depends. The only problem is, so what you want to do, because crankbaits, of course, they have the open hooks like this, it can create problems with getting hung up. So when you're reeling, there's different. You can reel fast, slow. One way is if you cast, or let me make a cast like this, and if I have my rod tip up and I'm reeling slow, that bait's going to be more towards the surface. Whereas if I take it and I throw it out there, I mean, I've seen you can put your rod down in the water to help get an extra foot or so. But if you just have it normal pointed towards the water and you're reeling moderately fast, it's going to go down deeper. Each crankbait, but what I want to talk about is the bill. So in that, with reeling, if you reel faster, what you're trying to do is, if my hand's the bottom, is this. You want the bill to scrape so there's a less chance of the hooks getting hooked up because the hooks sit like, oh, I got the phone call, they're going to start releasing some water. The hooks sit like this. So when that bill's like that, there's less chance that your hook will get caught on, sticks or rocks or whatever you're throwing. I personally really enjoy crankbaits. They're fun, and they're a good way to cover water. Of course, you can cover water with a jig or a worm, but the biggest thing, in my opinion, to tournament fishing is time management. How fast can you find and put 5 fish in the boat? And so crankbait is a really good way to find those fish fast. Of course, if they're on it. If they're not eating it, then went and throw it. And they're awesome and they're fun. And man, when you get a good bite on them, because it's like that, you don't know. Because at least with a worm, you're feeling it. You feel the bite. This, they crush it out of nowhere, and man, it can create some of the most fun fights and fun bites there is. So that's Technique Tuesday on crankbaits, and I'll see you for Hooked Up Thursdays and talk more in depth about all different types of crankbaits. I'll see you on the next one.